Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Be Determined. Today we're going to be going over the heavy armor set. But before we get into that, please make sure that you are subscribed. We've currently got less than 250 subs until 1,000 subscribers. And if you join our Discord before we hit that, you can get the OG roll, which we're only giving out until we hit 1,000 subs. And also all the music in this video I made. So if you want to check it out, there's a link in the description. Alrighty, let's get into the video. Alright, so today we're going over the heavy armor set. This is actually a dungeon set that you get from some of the lower tank zombies on the lower floors. They can actually appear on any floor, and when you kill them, they have a chance to drop one piece of the armor set. So we're actually going to be buying this set off the auction house because I have dropped it numerous times, but I ended up salvaging it so I could get some essence. We're going to buy a set of it today, so it goes for very cheap. 5,000 for the helmet, 5,000 for the chest plate, 5,000 for the leggings, and 5,000 for the boots. So that's about a 20,000 coin set. Not too shabby, but let's get ready to pop it on and see how it does. So it is automatically dungeonized, so you don't have to convert it into a dungeon item because it comes from dungeons. But the full set bonus is called Vindicate. It grants 1 walk speed for every 50 defense that you have. So if you're a tank on a lower floor, this is not going to be a terrible set. As you can see, I can get up to 373 walking speed with this set on outside of dungeons, and we're currently using a tiger pet. But each piece does start off with -5 speed, so that part is going to be a little tough. But you're going to want to get the Titanic Reforge on this set. It should be pretty cheap. This entire set is pretty cheap. It only costs 1,000 coins to reforge. Actually, I think you're going to want to get extremely on this piece, because as you can see, you get negative crit damage and -1 speed, but you get 50 defense, whereas Titanic actually gives 20 health and 20 defense. So I think you'd rather have 50 defense than that. So normally this reforge would be called the heavy reforge, but because it's on the heavy armor set, it just changes it into the extremely heavy helmet. And when you get light reforge, it changes it into not so heavy leggings, because it doesn't really make sense to say light heavy leggings or heavy leggings. So that's why the reforges are a little differently named on this set. But there we go, we've got extremely heavy armor. So let's pop this on. 364 speed now. Not too bad. Now I would like to try this in dungeons, so we're gonna do that real quick. It already has growth 5 and prot 5 on every piece, as well as thorns 3, so we got nothing to worry about. But let's see if we can find a group to run floor 1 with real quick. Now I do have some decent tank levels. I am catacombs level 31 and I have tank level 28, so we're a little bit higher than most people are going to be on this floor, but we'll see how we do. Honestly, I think we could probably use this set all the way up to maybe floor 4. We might could do floor 5 with this set, honestly, but I don't think we could do floor 6. Floor 6 is pretty tough, but it is of course going to depend on how many blessings and things we get. We'll see how it does in its main space, because you're really not going to want to use this set outside of dungeons. My current EHP outside of dungeons is 19,849, which is not terrible. That's actually better than the emerald armor set that I went over yesterday, but this set actually gives negative crit damage, so we're definitely maining this for tanking. Now if you were going to use it outside of dungeons, you would want the Titanic Reforge on it, because that doesn't give negative crit damage, but we're going for the heavy Reforge because we don't care about our damage. We're only here to not die. Now granted, a lot of times on the earlier floors you're not going to need a tank, but if you are running with like your Iron Man co-op or something, or you're not usually a tank but you're running with a group that needs a tank and they're pretty early game, this is a cheap set to invest in, and it will get the job done on the earlier floors, or at least I hope it will. We're about to find out. Alright, floor 1s are apparently taking forever. I've been here for like 10 minutes trying to find a party, so we're gonna change things up a bit. We're gonna try a floor 2 instead and see how it goes. Alright, so we're completely skipping floor 1. I think that was gonna be pretty easy anyways, but we're gonna see how we can tank on this floor 2. So the boss here, Scarf, should be pretty easy to handle. I think I'll still deal a decent amount of damage here. We just got an archaeologist soul. I don't think I want that actually, but cool anyways. Alright, we still deal like 700,000 damage, so I know a lot of people using this set won't deal this much damage. So if you're in the early game and you're using this set, you're really not going to want to be fighting mobs like this a lot of times. You're mostly going to want to be going around grabbing secrets like this one right here. That's really what the tank is most useful for in the earlier floors. You just go around, do secrets, and maybe the puzzle rooms as well. But if you can learn the secrets pretty well, then you'll be a really good tank to have, because the earlier floors don't really have that many rooms. So if you can get the secrets done in a reasonable amount of time, then your runs will be faster, you'll be able to level up faster, and it'll just be better. Now, the question is, can I 1v1 this Lost Adventurer? Really 1v3 because he's got teammates and I don't. But yes, we can. Very cool. I wasn't sure if we'd be able to do that, honestly. But you guys get the gist of it. Find secrets, do puzzle rooms. That's just how the tank rolls until the boss fight. Now, once we get to the boss fight, your job's going to be a little bit different. You're going to kind of want to stand in an area where you can be within 30 blocks of everyone, because the way the tank works is you take 80% of the damage of any other person who's within 30 blocks. So if they go 30 blocks away from you, then it's kind of over. They're probably going to die. So if that happens, a lot of times it's going to be on them, but to make sure that when that happens it's their fault, you want to be towards the middle of the boss fight. And with the scarf fight, you always want to be moving as well, so you're going to kind of want to do like a circular motion like this. Now I'm just pressing my A key. You could press your D key or W and A or W and D, but you kind of just want to run in a circle like this so the warrior doesn't hit you. You'll probably be able to tank at least one warrior shot, but you don't want to risk it. In an early game set like this, it's not worth the risk. And then when Scarf gets there, you kind of just want to follow around your berserker or archer or whoever's doing the DPS and just make sure they don't die. All right, well, somebody in this party has kind of screwed us. We're not getting an S+ because we have 2 deaths and somebody failed a puzzle room. So we're going to kind of try and go for S here if we can, but we'll see what happens. And what do you know, we dropped heavy leggings. Now these leggings are actually going to be better than the ones that we have because they were obtained on floor 2, but we'll just leave them be. All right, so you also want to make sure that your berserkers and everyone are focusing on the healer. You have to kill the healer first or it'll be harder to kill everything else. But I'm just gonna kind of stick close to these guys because the warrior is here. There we go, and help deal some damage. And these guys are in Shadow Assassin, so we should be able to clear this boss pretty easily. But now the bosses respawn, and there you go, the warrior launched at me, but since I was moving he didn't hit. That part is really important. Now they've got Scarf over here in the corner, just DPS him and we're good. But there we go, we got through that pretty easily. I don't think we got below like 2 hearts of damage taken, so I do think you can tank with this set pretty well depending on your Kaido level and your tank level, of course. But very underrated for tanking, very cheap. Now let's see how much our museum values it at. This is your chance, boys. Let me know what you think the museum is going to value this set at. I'm thinking around 30,000 coins at the most, but let me know what you think in the comments. Let's see if I'm right. Here goes 20,000 coins. Okay, so I was 10k off, but that seems about right. That's about how much I paid for it on the auction house. Granted, it cost me a little bit more to put the reforges on it, but not too bad. 20,000 coins. For a 20,000 coin set, you get a lot of value out of that. All right, guys, that's all for me today. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please remember to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I'll see you in the next episode of Museum Mastery. God bless.